We are kicking things off with the Pittsburgh Steelers and GM Omar Khan giving us the latest on Aaron Rodgers. Khan just sat down with the Debo and Joe podcast to share an update on the situation, detailing the recent communications with Rodgers and his agent, and what the team is focusing on right now. We break down what this means for the future of the quarterback room and why this offseason is so crucial for the Steelers.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
The soap opera surrounding Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers continues to heat up, and we look at why both the quarterback and the team might be wishing for different outcomes. Former NFL scout John Middlecoff weighs in on the dynamic, suggesting that both parties might prefer to move on, and he explores the scenario where Rodgers could be headed to a team like the Buffalo Bills, highlighting the dilemma the Steelers are facing. If Rodgers doesn't return, the competition for the starting job becomes intense, and we dive into the situation with Will Howard. Jason LaCanfora discusses the real chance Howard has to compete for the starting role alongside Mason Rudolph, and we look at the team's strategy regarding veteran signings and the outlook for rookie Drew Aller. Finally, we look ahead to the future with Mike Clay's detailed projection for the 2026 Steelers season. Clay forecasts that the Steelers are projected to have their first losing season, breaking down the expected performance for Aaron Rodgers, the offensive line, and the overall team statistics, and we tell you exactly what to expect. The Pittsburgh Steelers organization remains hopeful for the return of quarterback Aaron Rodgers this offseason, though a definitive commitment has yet to be made. General Manager Omar Khan provided an update on the situation during a recent appearance on the Debo and Joe podcast, following reports that Rodgers was in Pittsburgh last week, but did not meet with the team. Khan emphasized the current focus on developing the team, noting that the time is opportune for the younger players. "We've had communications with him and his agent, but the one thing I'll say is this time of year, it's great for these young guys," Khan stated. He added that with a new coaching staff in place, the emphasis is on allowing players to interact and for the coaches to develop, not just the quarterbacks but the entire group. "There's a lot of interacting going on, and from them getting to know each other," Khan elaborated. Rodgers finished last season as the Steelers' starter with a 10-6 record, recording 3,322 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. The team made a significant personnel shift by hiring Rodgers' former Green Bay head coach, Mike McCarthy, to take over from Mike Tomlin. Should Rodgers not return for a second season, the Steelers' quarterback depth will rely on Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Drew Aller. The Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation remains a central point of off-season speculation, with both the team and quarterback Aaron Rodgers reportedly expressing a desire for different paths. The ongoing situation has been described as a prolonged soap opera, with observers suggesting both parties might prefer to move on from the current dynamic. Former NFL scout John Middlecoff commented on the impasse during a recent podcast appearance, comparing the relationship between Rodgers and the Steelers organization to two individuals who both want to date other people, but cannot find suitable options. Middlecoff suggested that if Rodgers were offered a move to a contender like the Buffalo Bills, a team he believed could win a Super Bowl, he would consider it. Conversely, he noted that if the Steelers could identify a young quarterback with significant upside and future potential, they would not pursue Rodgers. This dynamic suggests a mutual stalemate. The team has made a significant offseason move by hiring Rodgers' former Green Bay Packers head coach, Mike McCarthy, to succeed Mike Tomlin. Rodgers and McCarthy share a significant history, having spent 17 seasons together in Wisconsin, including winning Super Bowl XLV, although their professional relationship was not always smooth, culminating in McCarthy's dismissal in 2018. Should Rodgers decline a return to Pittsburgh, the Steelers' quarterback options are currently limited to Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Drew Aller. Pittsburgh Steelers are bracing for a significant quarterback competition if Aaron Rodgers does not return to the team. despite recent reports suggesting Rodgers was traveling to Pittsburgh with the expectation of signing. He remains unsigned. According to Jason LaCanfora, while Rodgers has not signaled any plans to play in 2026, the Steelers have maintained a roster spot open and have been planning for him to be the starter this season. With Rodgers potentially absent, the Steelers are preparing for a battle between second-year quarterback Will Howard and Mason Rudolph. LaCanfora indicated that Howard has a very real chance to compete for the starting role in this scenario, and the team is reportedly not pursuing another veteran quarterback through free agency or trade. The Steelers have also made moves in the position, utilizing a third-round pick on quarterback Drew Aller this year, though LaCanfora suggests the team does not anticipate Aller's starting quality until 2027 or later. Will Howard, 24, is a four-star recruit from West Chester, Pennsylvania, who committed to Kansas State in 2020 before transferring to Ohio State, where he played during the 2024 season and was part of a national championship team. The Steelers selected Howard in the 6th round of the 2025 NFL Draft and signed him to a 4-year rookie contract valued at $4.4481 million, which includes a $248,100 signing bonus. During his collegiate career, Howard accumulated statistics across 5 seasons, appearing in 50 games, completing 63.8% of passes for 9,796 yards, 83 touchdowns, and 35 interceptions. He also contributed on the ground, rushing 331 times for 1,147 yards and 26 touchdowns. Mike Clay has released his detailed 2026 NFL season forecast, offering projections for win totals, individual statistics, and projected starting lineups for every team, including a specific outlook for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Clay anticipates that the Steelers will experience their first losing season since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement, projecting them to secure 30 regular season wins, a return to their previous 3-year average of 10 wins. The analysis delves into the role of head coach Mike Tomlin and the impact of the new regime under Mike McCarthy. Clay's projection includes Aaron Rodgers, contingent on his signing, and places the Steelers as the 11th easiest strength of schedule based on 2025 opponent records. The team is favored to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Denver Broncos, Baltimore Ravens twice, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cincinnati Bengals once, and the New England Patriots. Conversely, they are projected to beat the Cleveland Browns twice, the New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Indianapolis Colts, and Houston Texans. The Cincinnati Bengals are listed as a toss-up matchup. Regarding Aaron Rodgers, Clay projects 569 attempts and 363 completions, resulting in 3,764 yards, 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 38 sacks taken, and 1 rushing touchdown. The projection suggests a pass-heavy offense under McCarthy and Rodgers, but Clay anticipates this increased volume will come with fewer overall touchdowns and more interceptions for Rodgers, despite a similar number of sacks taken, leading to the predicted dip below the .500 mark. In the running game, the Steelers are projected to gain approximately 150 more rushing yards than last season, led by Dowdle, with a healthy distribution for Warren, while Johnson is expected to remain a non-factor. Receiving projections indicate about 300 more overall receiving yards, with Metcalf projected just under 1,000 yards, while the spread among top targets is expected to improve, with 4 players projected to exceed 500 receiving yards. Freiermuth is expected to realize his potential, and rookie Bernard is primed for a Year 2 breakout. Defensive projections show the team tallying 43.7 sacks. This projection foresees 0 defenders on the team achieving double-digit sacks for the 2nd consecutive season, which is considered a significant disappointment for James Watt. Tackle production is expected to see a noticeable drop-off for Wilson, though Brisker is projected as a starting safety and Ramsey at corner. The team's total interception projection is 11.8, a decrease from 15 the previous year. Regarding special teams, Will Bernard is not expected to return kicks, with speculation pointing toward Eli Heidenreich or Caleb Johnson. The punt return average is projected to improve slightly from Calvin Austin III's 6.7 last year. The projected starting offensive line features Troy Fautanu at LT, Jennings Dunkers at LG, Zach Frazier at center, Mason McCormick at RG, and Max Ihinacher at RT. Despite increased dropbacks, the young offensive line is expected to perform well, supported by significant draft investments.